A live look at First Alert Weather Radar, where we still have a few splash and dash showers, but the most of our heavy downpours have ended for this Tuesday and for tonight. We'll try to cool down to the lower 70s, one of our coolest nights since the end of last week, but still very warm and very steamy outside. We can't rely on a stray pop-up shower or thunderstorm around for any given community first thing tomorrow morning, and then for the afternoon, just like today, a few isolated to scattered downpours for the afternoon and evening during the peak heating of the day. We'll likely be able to shut off our First Alert Weather Day by tomorrow afternoon, as heat index values likely stay just below the century mark for tomorrow afternoon due to the isolated to scattered pop-up thunderstorm chances. But it's going to stay downright muggy. These dew points, the humidity staying in the miserable category all the way through this upcoming weekend. We'll have to wait until next week as this heat dome finally moves off to the south and off towards the east. The rest of this week planned for isolated to scattered downpours throughout the afternoon and evening during the peak heating of the day. Think of Florida type of weather where you get that quick downpour in the heat of the day, briefly lowers the temperatures, but then increases the humidity, and we can't rely on a quick gust of wind above 40 miles per hour, just like what we saw today. But what those downpours will do overall is keep most of our heat index values during the peak heating of the day for most of the week going forward below 100 degrees. We'll have to watch Thursday and potentially Sunday for some of that heat index value getting close to the century mark. Timing out these downpours hour by hour with First Alert Weather Future Track. And Future Track will try to show an isolated downpour around tomorrow morning. And then as we head towards the peak heating of the day, here we are paused at 4 p.m. where we get a few isolated downpours. Again, nothing that's widespread. Consider your community lucky if you get a downpour. And let's hope for the communities that do receive a downpour tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday that we get by without any damage. Here's a live look on our south side camera in South Bend, where the St. Joseph County 4-H Fair is about ready to get underway for the 100th season. This will head on into Friday as we kickstart the fair in St. Joseph County starting Friday afternoon. A temperature around 90 degrees. Can't let a stray shower or thunderstorm each day of the opening weekend of the St. Joseph County 4-H Fair, but nothing that screams a washout. Should be some great summertime weather for the first weekend of the fair. Let's take a live look at an update to our First Alert 10-day forecast. You'll see these afternoon temperatures, upper 80s, lower 90s. We'll have some shade with some of those clouds, as well as a break from at least the triple-digit heat indices with some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms all the way through the weekend. And then a big shift, lower humidity headed our way 1 week from today.
Jackson Neal, Action Jackson joins me, and Neil Ivey is adding a guard to the